Everybody, welcome back to another... Sorry, I'm getting a call. Dog Money, GameStop, they're back? Ah! GameStop is primarily influenced by group hysteria and panicking. This is evident by tweeting about schizophrenic theories that lead to price injections that are just absolutely insane. There's no technical analysis at all. It's fundamentally ridiculous that people are able to make financial decisions on any, comprehensible level with... I'm gonna put some of these up on screen, but wow, it's ridiculous when you're seeing things like this, and you're reading that, for instance, and you're like, that's what you're using to say that this is gonna go up, right? Or for those haters, let's call them, the short sellers, that it's going to go down. And oh my word, it is just baffling to see all this stuff show up. I mean, mass hysteria is what is driving most of the volatility that we're seeing. It's why a call option is so profitable, right? We're going to put these contracts are only for the benefit of the person driving the hype. It's baffling that these people are able to make financial decisions off this. Let's say the stock is at 20, right? Let's wind back time. Let's go back a little bit to the start of this GameStop explosion. Stock's sitting at $20, let's say. And if somebody were to sell a call option for $20 on the money, it is going to be evaluated at $0. It's what the true value of the call should be, because if you're going to exercise said call, you're not going to gain any money from this. There is no value of doing this exercised option. But the problem is there are people that are driving this hysterical, mania, madness driven decision, and that speculation of stock go up, money printer go burr, is what is causing it to be evaluated at, let's say, $3, right? I'm going to show an actual metric on screen. You can see how far off I am. And even looking at Roaring Kitty's portfolio, you can see that he has a $20 strike, and he paid, average $5.62, something. It is a little on the high end, we can say ourselves, right? But it's driven by off speculation and not off actual analytics. And that's the main root of this problem, in that you are not using technical analysis to fuel your decision, and instead people are using it off of volatility. And the volatility is made by the masses, seen on Twitter and other social medias, Reddit, YouTube, whatever you want to say. And a lot of it is just schizo posting about Roaring Kitty, saying that everybody's going to be millionaires because he wants to kill the hedge funds, whatever you want to call that. Whatever you want to call that theory, if you want to call it a theory, sure, go for it. It's a conspiracy more than anything. But it's still there, and there's people that are believing in it. And, which brings me to my next point. Putting all our faith in Roaring Kitty is not a wise idea. We saw this last Friday. I'm using last from the perspective of today. Today is Friday for me. At the recording of this segment of said video. I don't think this video is going to come out today, but whatever. Point is, last Friday, which is June 8th, 7th. Somebody fact check this. Thank you, editor. Appreciate that. The date is right here. Look at that. Beautiful, isn't it? Today, the 14th, 1 week back, -7, 7th. Well, the point is, Roaring Kitty, not a valuable source of info at this time, given what we know in the past. The SEC has been up his ass and far beyond because of him being an insider trader. Outside, inside, whatever you want to call that. It's really interesting, actually, that a person that is not really an inside trader, he's just a guy with a lot of influence, and realistically, any of us that has influence could manipulate the stock in such a way simply by existing. We see this with AMC was also a short call, but that's not the point. The point is the short selling and the short squeeze, the gamma squeeze, if you would. We saw in 2020, 2021 with the GameStop hype is not here anymore. That's the main bread and butter of this scenario being different, is that it doesn't exist. There is no gamma squeeze. The reason why there isn't one is because there aren't short contracts in place. It's just Roaring Kitty came back. That's all it is. Meaning this isn't a technical analysis driven hype and time-based scenario. This is simply just, did Roaring Kitty buy stocks? Yes. Did he buy call options? Yes. Did he have timed call options for June 21st, next Friday? Yes, he did. Did he exercise those? Yeah. Is he at 9,001,000? Yes, that's correct. He is at 9,001,000 shares. Does that mean the stock's going to go up? No, it doesn't. It means that he has rug pull potential on people as it goes up higher from just sheer hype. However, that means he has the corollary, which is that he has SEC presence on him right now. He's being watched. He is 100% being watched. You can tell by the live stream from last Friday that it is him in a room presumably filled with 3 lawyers. I'm going to guess 3. I don't know the actual number. I'm sure somebody that can do glasses analysis and reflection analysis can figure out how many lawyers were in that room. But he definitely had people listening to him and making sure that he wasn't saying things that were, going to get him sent to jail. I still think he's going to get sent to jail, only because you can't make that much money as a regular representing citizen of the U.S. without being taxed severely. And part of that tax is the fact that he made generational wealth beyond wildest dreams that, I don't know, it's too much money in a system that is rigged like a casino. And that's the main fault with it. Diamond handing. This is a phrase commonly used by the people that wish to make money. It's that you can see it with strike options being purchased at $125. $125 strike. You are purchasing a $125 strike on GameStop when it has only boomed to 62 this time around. Yeah, I could see it. I see it historically. I get it. You're gonna attack me on that. That's fine. Historically, it has gone up 300 plus, right? However, again, that was because there was a short squeeze in place that is not present now. And because it isn't present right now, speculation for $125 up is absurd. Absolutely absurd. And the reason why diamond handing is such a poor investment strategy is you talk to a person that says, "Oh yeah, diamond hand, we're going to make it, man. To the moon." It's, you ask them the question. It's a simple question. You ready for it? When do you sell? And you're not going to get an answer, because the answer is going to be, don't sell, hold, it's going to the moon. And if you say, well, what if it does go to the moon? It's at $1,000. Do you sell? No, it's a good investment. It's long term. Yeah, it's long term. That's like saying renting a house is a long-term investment. Where's the money? Huh? You've paid it to somebody else. Somebody has taken your money, and you lost it. Let's say you have a call option, and you have purchased it open for, let's say, $1, right? It is at we're going to say $25 strike. The stock is now trending at $30. We're using 30. I know it's not at 30. It's at 28 right now. It's not even 8 o'clock yet. But 8 o'clock end of market day. You know what I mean? After hours. The point is, let's say you paid $1. It was at $25. You paid $1 for the $25 strike. And it's currently at 30. This means that the call option should be worth $5. The problem is we have all this inherent volatility from speculation that is causing it to be jacked up to, like, let's say $8, even $9 worth. It shouldn't be at this level, but it is, because people aren't looking to exercise it. So where does that money go? The lack of exercisation on this means that you're not intending to purchase GameStop shares with these call options. They're not being used as intended. You're intending for the stock to go up and up and up and up. And let's say it's at $50. It's gone up to 50. It's 25 strike, right? As we said before, it's still got speculation riding on it. It's worth $25 for the call. You've paid 1. That's a lot of money. But the problem is you can't sell that because you are looking to sell that to somebody that has to purchase it at that price. Who's going to do that? Somebody that thinks it's going to go to the moon. Again, we have a diamond handing situation. They are looking to purchase this because they expect it to go higher, yet it's a call option. It's not an investment. It's going to go away. And if their mentality is still present of cannot sell, then you're going to exercise it. Do you have the money for the shares? You're not like Roaring Kitty. If you had 400 call options 4,000 call. Is it 4,000? 40,000 call options. Thank you for fact checking me. Thus making 4 million shares getting purchased. That's quite the amount of shares that actually gets settled by your trading company, which we saw again today. Again, this is today, speaking of Friday, that the T+1 settlement that we were expecting for Wolverine to come through on for E-Trade shares did not come through as expected. We had a severe tank from AMC and GME going straight down at, what was that, like 10 a.m., right? It tanked like 6%, 7% to $28 for GME. I was only really following GME, sorry. It's one of those things where it's like, well, evidently the gamma squeeze generated by a forced buyback by hedgies and hedge funds and whatever you want to call them of 4 million shares wasn't enough to actually push us over and get to a $30 break point beyond, 30, 32, which is really concatenating my final point. When you're doing these buys and sells of contracts, such as call options or put options, and you're not intending to exercise them, not intending to use them for their actual purpose, and you're intending to use them as just a vehicle for profit for you, the personal user, the person, the layman, if you would, it causes people just like you to lose money. Because while we do have hedgies that are in here with short selling and selling contracts or exercising contracts, and that's generally why we're seeing these massive dips, which is massive exercisations of different options, or even massive amounts of shares being purchased and then sold, therefore giving you this, not a wash, but a whale making a splash and really just tanking the value of the stock. You're not actually seeing the benefit of it, and you probably won't, because you're going to have to somehow sell these options to somebody else. Some other poor schmuck is going to get absolutely tanked by the value that you're forcing them to perceive and then take from you. So I really don't think AMC GME is it's definitely not an investment strategy, but it definitely comes in the pool of morally and ethically questionable when you know that you have to short stick somebody at some point in order for you to get a bunch of profit. But that's that. And the bonus here is evidently, you could figure this out already. I'm in GME. I'm up, thankfully. And I'm following Roaring Kitty's trading. I have the exact same, whatchamacallit. I have his contract roughly similar. I picked the 2050 just because it gave me a little bit more room to play with, given that 20 is going to get, as I said, whale sold out, but that theory no longer stands because he exercised. So I don't know what I'm doing. I'm stuck here with a bunch of call options that I'm not going to use for their actual purpose that I need to sell, and some poor schmuck is going to pay a lot of money for them because I'm not selling for a bit. So that's that. You're gonna get a portfolio update probably when this is all over, but we'll see. Don't finance a pizza. MME out.